Welcome to the top M&A entrepreneurs. I've got a guest all the way from Buenos Aires. His name is Ernesto Ricci. Ernesto was also a member of Roland Fraser's Epic class. Welcome, Ernesto. How you doing today? How is Buenos Aires?
Hey, here I'm at 7:30 p.m. in Buenos Aires. Hi, everyone.
Hi. So I got a question. So, when did you take the Epic course and go through Roland Fraser's M&A course, and why did you do it?
Yes, I started back in October 2020.
Yep.
One little disclaimer to the audience. I'm a Spanish speaker, so I don't have the best speaking language. I speak like a caveman, so...
No, I think you're doing great, Ernesto. I mean, you're doing 100 times better than my Spanish would be to you. So.
Oh, you speak a little bit?
No. Even though I live 75 miles on the borders from Mexico, I just don't speak enough Spanish. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I stopped working and doing business when the pandemic hit because I thought that wouldn't last a lot, and so I was a lot searching on the internet, starting to learn more about business, what other people do in other countries. So I came across with an ad in YouTube of the Epic course, and one thing that is I'm 25 years old, so a vision that I have in the future is to be a successful entrepreneur, a successful business owner, to better say it. And for me to be that, you have to be in not only one industry, but in a lot more.
Yeah.
And the thing to be good at business and to be a successful business owner is to be good in any business. So
yeah, that's good. That's kind of the Warren Buffett. He's great at insurance, and he's also great at making candies with See's Candies. I mean, he doesn't touch any of that stuff. He's just able to pick the right managers or help with that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this thinking, like, and I never seen something like that. Like, hey, you want to buy a business for zero down or for zero money, and really got my attention. And I never bought an online course ever. And in the pandemic, I was thinking like, I don't know, it's $50. Let's give it a try.
Yeah.
Maybe something interests me. And
I think it's free now, actually. I think the first level is free.
Yeah. I paid $56, or maybe it was like a free offer that I didn't get. But I watched. It's a 5-day live challenge, and I was blown away. Yeah. And it's something, and it's not the thing that he teach. It's not something like very difficult to do, but the thing that has is that it's very outside, thinking outside the box.
Yeah. How have you applied it since you've learned it? I mean, what are you working on right now? Right
now, I'm really devouring all the content because it's a lot of content, but I'm starting, I have a plan that I read a book that is the 12-week year plan. I don't know if you got it. Okay. So I started like 2 weeks ago doing outreach, and I have like 3 main industries that I want to get in. That it's, first of all, the one that I work in, that is organizing massive social events. The other one is football tournaments, the amateur football tournaments. That it's a great business that I didn't know. And in like
it's the most watched sport on the planet.
Yes, it's a multi-million, billion, I don't know.
Actually, Cristiano Ronaldo has 500 million social media followers, so that's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, it's the number one of Instagram, Cristiano Ronaldo. But I don't know if it happens there in the US, but here in Argentina is the sport more practiced in all the country. And a lot of people pay for participating in a tournament, and it's a really good business.
Yeah.
And not too many people organize them.
So how are you applying what you've learned to acquire a business or acquire an event? How's that working?
Yes, and the thing that I'm doing here, the thing that I'm doing right now, it's well, I have my personal framework that I start tweaking it from the things that I learned from the Epic, and also the things that I do. It's a 10-step, but I think like the general steps, the more important ones, it's like doing the outreach to start speaking to business owners.
Yeah.
And
let me ask you about that. How big is your list of outreach of names that you put on your list?
I'm doing, I start first, for example, the football tournaments. I start first doing like a research findings of, okay, what football tournaments are here. Okay, the ones that meet my criteria of the thing that I want to, of the location that I want to go, and etc. So I start doing a investigation of that, how I think that the industry margins are, and those kind of things. And after I do a spreadsheet of 100 business owners, I start reaching out to them, and I have a pace like 25 to 40 cold outreach per week. I could be doing more, but I think that then you have to start picking the phone and doing meetings and that stuff. So I don't want to burn out myself. So I'm in that pace.
At your own pace. Do some of these tournaments, have separate or individual owners? They run a number of different tournaments and say, "Hey, I'd like to sell this," or what's the?
Yes, my outreach
so
is the thing that I say to the business owner. First of all, I have my spreadsheets, and I know that I have a lot of way to contact them. So I have the email on their website. I have also his email, his phone number, Instagram account, LinkedIn. I Google them, and I know who is the owner, etc. So the message that I send him is it's something along the lines that, "Hi, my name is Ernesto Ricci. I'm a business owner that organize massive social events. I have a list of clients of between 50 to 70 clients, and are between the ages of 80 to 25 years old. It's I don't know how to say in English, but it's like have a high power, money."
Authority, a celebrity, or net value, or something.
Yes, but it's like here we call it like ABC1. That is a classification that if your family house have more money than this line, you are in this classification. So it's like the top classification. So it's people with money.
Yeah, it's people that can spend money, have disposable income. Yes, yeah.
Yes. And also here, it's I manage like, and these people, it's the same. I don't know how to say. Wait a minute. Ambiente, you know the word.
Ambiente.
But they are all friends with them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So it's very difficult to move the people, and the business owner of everyone really likes that, and I have that facility. So I say to them, "Look, I'm looking. My ideal outcome is and I'm trying. The thing that I want is someone interested in selling their tournament, but also I'm open to do a
Partnership?
a partnership or something.
Joint venture or something like that? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And a lot of the outreaches that I'm having, I am having like 10 meetings, and a lot of people like, yes, I can solve you this tournament, but I want to keep these ones, or let's do a joint venture, or yes, I want to sell all my business, all my tournaments. Yes, it's going.
Yeah. And how many have you acquired of those tournaments, the little business opportunities? How many?
Sorry?
How many have you acquired of those tournaments so far?
So far, none, because I've been doing this 2 weeks ago, and I'm still in the due diligence. I call it commercial due diligence. Like, I'm building rapport with the business owner.
Yeah.
Looking for commonalities when I speak with him. Also making referrals about me, because I'm young, but still I know a lot of business owners because of my activities. So I know older people than me, so he can have like a testimonial about me.
Yeah.
And I didn't make any offer yet because I'm still finding the best opportunities.
Yeah.
I have some that I have like 3 tournaments. I will give them an offer. I think that go through.
Oh yeah, tell me about that. What that looks like. What an offer looks like for a tournament. I mean, a tournament is just like here in the United States, we call it soccer, and we have tournaments all the time. And my kids were in soccer. Well, I grew up in the Air Force. My dad moved to Germany, so I was playing soccer when I was, 5 to 11 years old, way before it was even the United States. So called it football there, of course. But kids here, they play soccer all the way from 4 or 5 years old to now college and on now. But how do those tournaments? How do you structure an offer for a tournament?
Yes.
If it's only like a tournament is at a weekend or a couple weeks, or how do you do that?
Yes. Well, I will give you an example. I'm in speaking with one that he's not only a organizer of tournament, he also owns the fields. It's right now, the stadium.
Fields, yeah.
Okay. So the offer that I'm making him is, look, I have all these clients. He wants to exit because he wants to live in Miami, actually, in Florida. So he wants to sell the fields.
Yeah.
And
so that's a lot of real estate, right? Does he rent that or does he own the real estate?
No, it's from the government, and he have, I don't know how to say it, but he pays a fee.
Yeah. He leases it or rents it, right?
He rents it, but like for 30 years. So he's like the owner of the.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah. And he wants to retire.
Very cheap. Very cheap.
So he wants to retire to Miami?
Yes, exactly.
From Buenos Aires?
Yes.
All right.
And I'm actually traveling to Miami on October to see the Rolling Stones.
All right. So what's he asking for this tournament? Yeah.
So the thing that really, I don't know if this happens also in the US, because I never did a deal there. But for example, one of the tournaments that he has really goes with my clients. So I'm starting speaking. So what could be a fair price to sell the tournament?
Yeah.
So
give me some characteristics what a tournament looks like. I mean, how much money does it make in a year? Do the tournaments like
depends?
It's just like,
for example, him is organizing 300. No, sorry, I don't know. I think that he has only 4 tournaments, but with 300 equipment, football teams.
Yeah.
So he's making, I don't remember annually, but 1 minute. Yes, something like 100K per, no, more 60K to 100K per year. I really don't have it in my mind.
Yeah. Is that the currency in Buenos Aires or
No, US dollar.
US dollar? Okay.
Between 60K to 100K.
Yeah.
It really depends because in the pandemic he didn't do so
Of
much.
course. Yeah, of course not. That's tough. Yeah, that was a face-to-face kind of event, so it's tough. Yeah.
Yes, and also it's a self-business operated, so he does not do well the financials. It's like it's a lot of cash. So
Yeah, does he? Oh, it's a cash kind of deal. Yeah.
yes,
Because he doesn't
so
use like an accounting software like FreshBooks or QuickBooks or anything like that. He says, "Hey, this is money in, this is money out," and
exactly.
interesting. How are you going to offer him a reasonable price to
Yes,
say
that is the thing that I really like. Not about it because of the tax liabilities that you could have, but the thing that when I start negotiating with him, it's like, okay, I ask him for a 0.6 net profit of the 2018, 2019 year. So he's telling me, no, 1x, okay, 1x, but we have I will pay it when the pandemic finished. So it's like
like a bulk payment at some point after a tournament or after you do it.
Now we are back, like the football is totally, I don't know how to say, but liberated. It's like in 2019.
Yeah,
now,
good. Yeah,
we don't have any restrictions on football, so that is one thing. And the other thing that I said him is, okay, so you have all in paper, right? Like the income statement, etc. This profit that you told me that you're making,
yeah.
You can actually prove it to me, right? Or
Uh,
you will give me a Excel spreadsheet that I don't know, that I can literally tweak it and it's another number.
Does it use bank accounts, or you can tell by bank accounts or some kind of returns, tax returns or anything?
Well, something that we have also here in my country is that we think in US dollars. And for us, it's an investment and a saving, like to have your money in dollars is the best thing in the world here in Argentina.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that, but that's cool. Yeah.
So a lot of people have them. We we actually say like having your money under the bed. It's fantastic. It's hilarious.
So how are you nervous about him being truthful about his?
No, I don't have any worries because this is like very straightforward. So he tell me no, I said it, okay. So I'm really sorry. I know that this if you keep it, you will have like this net profit every year. But for me, it's zero down. It works.
So yeah, it's the risk is on him because he's paying for it, seller note. So his business has to perform for him to get paid.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
So his business has to perform so that he gets paid for you buying the business.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So the thing that I tell him, it's okay, I will not buy your company. I will start my own company. I use my SPV.
Yeah.
And you could give me the assets and I will pay you if I make the money. And that's it.
Yeah.
And he's interested because I have a big list of clients. And also I ask him for a baseline. So if I start adding more football teams, I will start earning equity of his field business. So in some point he will exit, and I will have the fields and also the tournaments.
Yeah. So what, let's talk about why you got into the business. You played football all your life?
No, all the country. I
No.
don't like the football. Soccer, yes. No, I really don't like.
No,
Because
I mean soccer. I mean, when I say
yes, yes, yes,
in
I know,
South
I know.
America, it's football or
Yes, I forgot that you say soccer.
yeah, we called it when I lived in Germany. We're talking like the 1970s. We called it football, and
Excellent.
yeah,
And no, the thing that it's very complementary to the thing that I do with social massive events. I even do 3 or 4 events that I call it an after football. It's like a lot of tournaments in one area. So I rent out a field, but not the football fields,
yeah,
field. And I invite all the people, and they go like 5 p.m. When they finish football, they go with the shirts of football, everything.
and you kind of send out a bunch of like, hey man, there's a party going on somewhere, and then it's
yes, my technique is more like doing. I have a big team, like 100 sellers that sell tickets for me. Also, my big thing for promoting is Instagram. The story, and also I give free tickets to the clients, the ones that are like not influencers. I call them micro influencers, and I give them also like a souvenir with that, sometimes with a sponsorship that pays for that, and also give me a fee for the branding.
yeah.
And that is the promoting that I do.
Oh, okay. So is that to boost up the football soccer tournaments, or the football soccer tournaments kind of boost up your business, or how are you going to work those together?
They really like. I don't know how. 1 minute. I want to search for the translation exactly this word.
Yeah, sure. They're getting better at those. There's some translate
No, I don't have it, but
and they'll translate for you.
the thing is that the football really give me clients for the parties that I do, and also the parties give me clients for the football. Like it's both things like give
Same people.
yes, and also I start having more clients because it's like I don't know, a snowball. It's
Yeah. I like it. I haven't thought about this. I had another conversation with Deanna Rogers at Epic, and she acquires properties for the Airbnb and then rents them out. I mean, like I wasn't even thinking of that. I mean, that's like totally out of my league. And
yes, I know that business model.
yeah,
It's
and then this is interesting too, because you're already doing social media events, and you're kind of like whatever, I don't know what the call is, like you have access to hundreds of thousands of people that you can tell about a party or sell tickets to, and then you buy a tournament, which could be, I don't know. Do you think he's making money? Is he profitable with the football tournaments?
yes, in the business, the ones that I give you as an example, he's making at least 60K to 100K per year.
Yeah.
The thing here, like the medium salary, it's free. It's like $333. That's a medium wage here.
Yeah.
So in United States, I think it's 2,500 is the number.
Per year. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Sorry, per month.
Per month, right? Okay. Yeah. I think that's right. 25 something like
here
that.
per month, it's 330. So winning here net profit on your own pocket 100K per year, it's a lot of money.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Cost of living is, I don't know what the cost of living is in Buenos Aires. It's not going to go
Perfect.
very far in Miami though. If
Sorry?
if that money is not going to go very far in Miami though, because that is a higher cost of living, definitely, than Buenos Aires.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. So what's the plan? I mean, where are you at with the negotiations? Do you have a letter out to them, a letter of intent out to them to purchase, or is it a handshake, or what's the process in Buenos Aires to purchase a business?
Yes,
Yeah.
this exact business is a term sheet that I do with a business owner, exchange of emails, and that's it.
That's it.
But, yes.
And are you does it go through escrow, or do you just, well, in this case, you're not paying him any money. He's going to be paying him out of the cash flow of the business that you build with your social media business, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Yes. But in other acquisitions that I'm planning to do, yes, of course, it's the LOI, then the due diligence, or maybe no, but yes, and sign a contract, then the asset purchase agreement, and start working on the growth strategies.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about, why you took the entrepreneurial route versus going to work for somebody. I mean, have you always been working for yourself, or?
Yes, I'm working since I'm 15 years old.
And
I start selling tickets to something that we call here matinee, that it's for 13 to 14 years old, that they go like 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. and that's it, no alcohol. So I start selling tickets on that, and like the high schools and sell tickets to start to raise money for their trip when they finish school.
Yeah.
So I heard that if you are a seller, you start earning like 2 pesos more of commission for each ticket that a school sells. So I said like, okay, I'm a seller. And
sales is a great profession, man, if you get good at it. Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know how to say, but I would say like Argentine, but I'm fucking them because it's sales that they are already doing, but I'm starting to get in a commission. And in eyes of them, they were saying like, oh, this kid, it's awesome, sells a lot of tickets. And I really love it. And I always loved doing business. Even when I was in high school, in primary school, I sold the pens that my father's have in his office. So like I was always thinking in money. I also love the mafia, and I write down all the business that they do.
What is it? Well, it's called the mob. Well, Ricci, is that that's Italian? Is that?
Yes, very Italian.
Yeah, it's very Italian. It's the mafia. I got you. Right. Yeah.
But my father is all the contrary. He's like he do business, but he's not passionate about it. So when I started doing this selling tickets, I started like watching up there. So who's my boss? And I started speaking to him like, I want to be your partner. I want to be your partner. I want to be your partner. I never have the chance. And when I was 18, I started selling tickets, but for nightclubs. And also with my boss, I want to be your partner. I want to be your partner. And there is competition. So I was selling a lot of tickets, and also my sellers, I paid in the same commission that I was getting, so I could build a team.
Yeah. Look, man, that ambition right there is kind of infectious. The way he says, I want to be your partner. I want to be your partner. That's infectious. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And when I was 18, someone of the competition approached me, started building report with me, like, oh, what you do is great, etc., etc. Why do you have a 5% of a party that I will do X date? I was like, of course. And my boss told me like, no, you don't have to do that. Yeah, you have to wait. You are very young. You have to sell ticket for commission. It's not okay to do that. They will hustle you, etc., etc. I said if I I do it anyways. And then he told me, okay, let's partner up. And I started partnering up with them, with my original boss. Then he actually hustled me. He tried to take all my sellers or the team that I have. He tried to pay them a bigger commission.
We've all
like,
had
wiped me
somebody in
out.
our lives that crossed us. Yeah,
Yes.
that sucks.
And I told him, okay. And all the team that I have are my friends. I consider them my friends. So I tell them what happens. They told me, Ernesto, we will follow you. So we start competing. And nowadays, my former boss don't do events. He owns one nightclub, but
Yeah.
he's like out of the league.
So have you planned this out? So you're going to acquire some tournaments. Is there anything next? Like I'm going to acquire a team, like a
Yes,
football team, because those are billion-dollar opportunities way down the road. You know, the reason I bring this up is I just read this article about a guy called Thomas Tull. He's on the Forbes list, richest Americans. His first acquisition was when he was working at or he knew this auto body shop was going out of business. And he said, can I take it over for you? That's what his first acquisition was. Years later, he started in movies, sold that, and now he's a billionaire. So we all take this path and it's not the same.
Yes. I'm not planning on being a billionaire. A millionaire, of course.
Yeah.
I have no doubt about it. But an ambitious goal that I have in my industry that I was thinking, like, for you to take an idea, I have quite a, like, I don't want to sound like cocky. I think that is the right word, but I have my money, and it's very difficult to have it in Argentina. Yeah. And I'm very young, and I don't know anyone that is a self-made in my country that and has my age that have the money that I got. Am I still living in my parents' house? So
that's look, that's traditional in Europe and many companies. It's different in the United States as the culture does that. People stay here a lot long. In Europe and South America, people stay in their family's house a lot longer. There's a closer family familial unit.
Yes, I have my space, although, but in my family we have 3 houses, so one always available for me. Yeah. But I do not want to start like spending the money, because I was thinking, okay, $1 million, and I will buy not only one, but like 3 nightclubs, etc. So I have a very ambitious goal.
So nightclubs are your next?
Yes, but it's nowadays with my business model, I even earn more money than an owner of a nightclub.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
But if I also own the nightclub, it's twice. So yes, I really like that.
I gotta ask you a question. Who's the next person you're gonna go, I want to be your partner. I want to be your partner.
Yes, I have not in my country, but in Uruguay. It's a limit-trophy country that I know him like 3 years ago. Actually, the first time that I meet him, he pulled out a gun in my face.
Okay.
And now we are very close friends, and he have the intention to sell. He have like 5 other businesses. He's going well.
Why did he pull the gun? Because why did he pull it? Why do you think he pulled it?
And nowadays don't work like that, but like, I don't know, like 40 years ago, when I don't exist, and the business owners in nightclubs were like a cowboy. We have a gun, and
Yeah.
so they don't know me, and they like to brag about themselves, like yes, I'm a heavy fish and I own this and whatever. And we were talking about deals that are 40K up in only one event, and I was doing like 3. So they want to show me like, hey, don't hassle me, don't trick me.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like I'm really ethical when I do business. I'm transparent. I try to be honest. I think like being ethical is the thing that brings you to success. So
Yeah, it helps you sleep at night.
yeah. So when he put the gun and put it on the table, for me it was like nothing. I also have two testimonials that are my friends. One is my partner, and they were like, oh my god, and they started like doing with the knee to the other one to see the gun. And it was very awkward because everyone saw the gun there. And my friends didn't speak in all the meeting, and I do all the speaking. Went great. Actually, my first SPV that I made, I put it with a nickname I put to the business owner.
Very nice. That's a kind of gesture. Nice gesture. Yeah. Go, man.
Yes, like we were very distant because of the gun and etc. And one time I called him with a nickname, and he laughed, and we started like, and he used it for my SPV.
Fantastic, man. Ernesto, look, I appreciate the story, and I want to hear more about it. I'd love to just say, in a year's time, let's reconnect and find out where you're at, and say
That would be awesome.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Sean.
Hey, thanks. If you guys like this podcast, give me a like, or just download it. Let me know what you think. Top M&A entrepreneurs at Ernesto Ricci today. Thanks very much for joining us, Ernesto.
Thank you, everyone.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.